Happy November, guys. I am on a big mission this month. I've signed up for something I've never done before, but it is a dream if I can make it come true. I agreed to partner for the month of November with a national organization called Together We Rise. They are an organization all about supporting kids while they're in the foster care system, okay? So obviously that is near and dear to my heart. You guys, if you follow me, you know I'm a foster mom. I've been engaged in it for almost 4 years now, 5 with the training. And so it's been a long journey. And you know our story. You know it's made its way across the United States. It's made its way across the world. It's given us a platform with over 30,000 people following us, which is literally unreal. So we are going to try to make use. There's about 15 of us around the country that are on this campaign to help the organization raise $50,000 in the month of November. I personally have set a goal to help them raise 10. That is lofty. That is a huge stretch, but I am hoping that our following, that this social media and these people that follow us for this reason, follow us because they also love and support the mission that we're about. So I'm really hoping we can drive some big change and watch what community does and what it can do. That generosity will be contagious through this. That's one of the things. Our church personally is a mission of contagious generosity. So here we go. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, and I really hope that this speaks to you and that you'll be willing potentially in this month of November, which is also when National Adoption Day is, and all these big things going on with foster care. It's a great month to bring awareness and also to help bring and support families and these kids. So some of the statistics, just so that everybody's aware, I'm going to catch you up before I jump into a little bit more about our story. There are 440,000 kids in foster care. 1,200 enter it a day. 25% will become homeless after. And only 3% that are former foster kids will actually graduate college. What that tells you is that our system and these kids are not getting the support that they need. They're not getting the encouragement and the love. And despite all our efforts, and we have to keep going and we have to keep trying. I think what these kids come in with is unique, how they feel. Obviously, most people know our story for the 3, soon to be 3rd that I'm going to adopt. But what you don't always remember, back in the day when I started this almost 4 years ago, my very first placement, I didn't share a lot because, I did share, but probably less than not even a 1/30th of you followed me, because I had probably less than 500 followers when I started this journey, if that. And my very first placement was 2 little children. I had signed up to take 2 kids. I said up to 2 kids, but really hoping for just 1, and 4 and under. Well, my first placement happened to be a little boy who just turned 5 and his younger sister who was 18 months old. They were children of neglect. And I will tell you that those 2 children that I only had in my home for about 2 weeks were the hardest of all the placements that I've had. Even taking care of kids for far longer, my own children, watching. And I think part of that is as children age into foster care, the more difficult the behaviors, the more difficult and traumatic experiences that they've had. And so that 5-year-old little boy taught me quite a bit. And one of the things I remember, he was anxious to always have attention, right? So when he came into my home and to have somebody that was going to give him all that attention, he was one of 5 kids. So attention was hard to come by in his home. And the reason he was in my home was for neglect. So his coming into my home and finding someone that was going to love him and spend time with him, it was exhausting because that's what he wanted 24/7, which was hard. His sister also had special needs. And it was a big challenge for me just figuring out how to manage his needs. But I remember, I will never forget one day taking him into Walmart, and we went down to the sports section. I didn't really have a lot of toys. I had assumed I was mostly going to get babies, so I wanted to get him a toy. And I remember going back in the section and we found this little $5 baseball bat and ball set. That kid, I still have pictures. I wish I could share them. I can't because I can't show his face. But his smile on his face and his excitement that was his, that he was going to get this for himself, was unreal. Just alone that he could play with other kids down the street when he would go out to play, I can do that? And I said, of course you can, buddy. they're here. And the little girl next door used to come to our house, and I would pull in the driveway from picking him up from school and look in the rearview mirror, and there she was, ready to play with him. And it would make his day, because he'd been asking all the way home to play with her. So those little gifts to these kids mean the absolute world and make them feel so, so special. So that is one of the reasons that I love this organization, Together We Rise. Okay, they work all over the U.S., building in the communities and giving back. So they have things, all these different ways that you do this through corporate events, individual donors, etc. So they work to give skateboards, bikes, backpacks, suitcases. These kids, by the way, that I'm talking about, along with all the kids that came into my home, came with what was on their backs, okay? They don't come with their stuff. The older kids who've been moving around a lot, oftentimes are moving around with a trash bag of clothes that have either come from home or their previous foster home. So these people do cases and fun things that they can take to carry their belongings and make it feel like it's theirs. They also do STEM boxes, shopping sprees, scholarships to help these children graduate and change that 3% that only graduate from college right now. So Disney Days, they reunite kids in Disney, families, siblings that have been separated within their foster families. If they can't all be placed in the same foster home, this one allows them to come back together at Disney Days. You guys, this organization does phenomenal things to help kids. So I am hoping that if this appeals to you at all, that you will help me do this, that you will help our family's dream of giving back for everything we've been given. All the support and love that we've gained over this last year has been beyond belief, and we want to take it and utilize this platform that we have been given by some gift from God to help others. So there's multiple ways you can do this. I've got a website. I'm going to put it on and a link that you can get to. So you go to this website. You can donate individually with funds. Those funds will go back to my community in Colorado, to an organization here to help support the kids right here in our community. But if you say, hey, that's cool that it goes to yours, but I would love to give back to my community, that you can do too. You can still support the cause, because we want to see this not just change Colorado, we want to spread it everywhere, all across the U.S. So the other ways that you can do that is to reach out to me, and I'll connect you to this organization, to the right people. They do events. So if you work for a company, you're looking for a team building event. Your community is community group through your church, looking for something to do to give back this holiday season. You can do these events and help fund, and they will get you the gear to do the bags, to do bikes, to do all sorts of different things that will go back. And when you go and when I connect you with them, this will go back directly to your community. Okay, it's not going to come to Colorado unless you live here, which is fantastic. But if you live in other states, they work all over. Here's a map. You guys, they're everywhere, okay? They go everywhere. So you can do this. I can help you get organizations, get set up with events to do that are fun team building. They're awesome ways to give back, and you'll give personal items to these kids. So fantastic ways to do it. Other things you can do. I am wearing this cute shirt that they sell, okay, for a minimum $25 donation through my website. The link to my campaign, you can get these super cute shirts. I believe they're in black and white, both colors and multiple sizes. For minimum $25 donation, you can do that and get these. You can also get stickers. You can sign up for their Waddler Club. One of the penguins is their little emblem, and so that's what they call it, little penguins waddling. Their Waddler Club is their reoccurring donations, which can be in increments of yearly, bi-yearly, or monthly donations to them. So many ways to get involved. Please reach out to you if you have any questions. I just want to spread this message of love and make these kids change their experience, because most people see, if you follow us, you see ours, and you think of my kids, well, they've had a story that's obviously a miracle, that's very different than most children in foster care. And that's not the story everybody has. But they can have a different story with the help of individuals, people like you, that are willing to help and reach out to make that experience different. Because I can promise you, I've personally seen what those tiny gifts do for these kids. I just can't forget his face. I remember FaceTiming my family to watch him. I grew up playing softball, so we got that T-ball out and we started teaching him to hit the ball. And that kind of experience was something he had never had. And so it's amazing thing these little things will do for these kids. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way through this video. We so hope you will help. You will keep hearing me talk about this through the month of November. I'm sorry, but this is something I'm passionate about, and I'm going to keep sharing and see if we can get some courageous generosity to spread all across the U.S.